I have to do it in like bursts. So my hands warm back up.
Our names are Mike and Heather. We're traveling the US in our van Appa on a mission to visit all 50 states. Subscribe and join us as we try to figure out this whole van life thing. Thanks for watching. We're finally back in the van and we're really excited. It does feel good to be in the van. We just tried filling up gas though.
Oh, come on. I think it's frozen. Okay.
We're out of fourth the tank, so we're just gonna go to another gas station and hope that works. Off to average Heather and Mike start.
We are heading down to what will be our 17th state in Appa, and that will be Ohio. We actually got Appa from Ohio, so if you watched our...
It's very loud, so I was like, is that our van? But no, it's just a very loud car.
So we actually bought Appa in Ohio, so this is sort of a return trip, but it's the first time we're going there since we've started our 50 states. As Heather was saying, the locking mechanism is frozen. The last time it happened, we took the windshield cleaner and then just kind of ran it all over the lock area, and that was enough to get it to loosen up so we could open it. But the windshield wiper cleaner that they had at the gas station was actually completely frozen solid, so we couldn't even get to it.
Also, Mike got a haircut.
I did. Last time I just kind of like put that around it.
Take two.
This is really ridiculous. Okay. It's completely frozen.
It's probably because it's been so cold lately. We just are gonna have to go buy some to Walmart.
Yeah, because we got to go into Walmart anyway.
Okay.
And attempt number 3. So we went in, got a lock de-icer so we can actually put this into the place the key will go. So we got all this at Walmart, which was really nice. It was all in the automotive section, but we got a windshield de-icer, which doesn't affect the finish of the car. So if we have to put some of the spray around the actual door, we can use that. And then the lock de-icer we'll just put into the keyhole, and it should help get that opened. It's still very cold and very windy, so I'm not really looking forward to this. It's gonna suck. Okay, so it says shake well, remove cap, and then insert the tip directly into the keyhole. So this thing, let's see, it's still frozen.
Yeah.
Let's try this again. It did get this to go.
Nothing?
No, but it might be the stuff around it. Kind of going back and forth with it.
Get it?
I mean, like, it's not open yet, but like it's starting to. I just have to get it to the point where it locks. It's almost there. I just can't. I have to do it in like bursts. So my hands warm back up.
He said he can't wear the gloves because he can't get a good enough grip on them. It is really freaking cold though today.
Where should I park? Just up here on the side?
Yeah. So we tried both de-icers on the lock for our gas door and it's still not opening. So we resorted to pulling out our jackery and using the $2 hairdryer that I got from a thrift shop to hopefully warm it up enough to be able to open it up.
No dice. I don't know if the mechanism is jammed, but it's not turning.
Here, let me try. Success!
So Heather finally got it. I don't know, did you just like lean on it?
I used my muscles.
I think I was too afraid of breaking the key. So if you look, as you turn the key inside, there's this. So we got here, and then it must just needed to have broken free to get the rest of the way. So it turns to here without doing anything, and then this is the part where it had been stuck. So let's spray this inside piece before we close this all up. Heather is the hero of today. I did very little except freeze myself. So I think we're realizing that there are a couple of things with Appa that aren't optimized for winter weather, I guess, use. That being one of them. So just as a thing, I think going forward we probably will do our best not to get very, very low in case we aren't able to get anywhere where we would be able to heat up the lock and loosen it up.
Well, now we have the fix. We know what to do next time, which is the important part. You live and you learn. We actually drove to Home Depot, which is right around the corner from the gas station, just because we didn't know how long it would take us to de-ice it. So now we're driving back to the original gas station. Well, the third gas station. Yeah, we're going back to gas station number 3 to actually be able to fill up and then go to our 17th state, which I wish I could say was a warm state, but it's not. It's Ohio, which is just the next 2 over, so it's still very much cold. We're gonna make the best of it.
At least we'll have gas.
Yes.
Okay. Alright. Let's try this again. That worked really well now. That's like the smoothest it's been, because now it's like super lubricated with the lock and the mechanism. So, okay.
Ugh, the wind's pushing the door.
This is a struggle.
Alright, there's also a Tim Hortons down the road, so we should go get hot chocolates.
Yeah.
To Tim Hortons? And just like that, we are finally on our way to Ohio.
We have a range right now, it's saying about like 325 miles, and we've got about 133 to go.
If a couple wrong turns mean a couple good days, I figure out how to throw my worries away. And if the world burns, I'ma be okay when I hear your name. Cause all I really need is me, you. You're the only lens I see through. When I fall asleep, I dream you. All I see and all I dream is you.
So we're literally 2 minutes away from our campsite now, but we decided to pull off because we kept seeing all these Italian restaurants and a bunch of signs for pizza. So the original thought was to get to the campsite with enough time to be able to enjoy it a little bit, make dinner, have some s'mores. But after the day we had, we really just want a pizza night. So that's what we're gonna do, and then tomorrow we're gonna enjoy the campfire.
Tomorrow it's supposed to warm up and be in the 30s. So I think we'll get out of the van tomorrow. We've got some marshmallows and things for s'mores, and we'll do a little bit of camping tomorrow. But tonight it's pizza in the van because it is very cold. Punderson State Park.
Your destination is on the left.
So we just pulled into the campsite here. There's actually a lot more people in here than I thought there would be. It's really dark and we can't see much of the campsite, but it looks like we're butted up to a lake. Granted, it's frozen at this time, but really excited to check it out tomorrow during the daylight. But until then, we're definitely gonna dive into this pizza real quick because we are starving. We ordered it from Zeppe's? I don't know. It was just the one that we saw on the side of the road, if we're being honest, and we're starving here.
Front reflectix. Okay. There we go. Cool. Loves a spot that's easy to find.
So this is the cord to our heated blanket that we're gonna plug in. This is our shore power. Our campsite does have electric, so that's already all hooked up.
We can even plug that into our Jackery. I think we can plug it into our batteries. That's really useful. We always enjoy having the opportunity to have the shore power going because it's just kind of free charging for all of our different electrical units.
And with that, we're gonna plug in our heated blanket, tuck it in our sleeping bag, and hopefully be good to go for the rest of the night.
The van actually still is holding heat pretty well.
I was gonna say, I'm a little sweaty right now.
Yeah, before we stopped and got to the campsite, we made sure to kind of crank the heat to warm the space up as much as possible. And then we always close the curtains, and that kind of has provided a nice layer of insulation. The last time I slept in shorts and a t-shirt and was comfortable, and that was at 30 degrees. So I think we should be pretty good with the warm gear that we have.
I think we're just gonna kind of hang out a little bit, maybe watch a little Netflix. Is that the plan? Yeah, and just kind of have a chill night. We have a big day of exploring the Cleveland area and Ohio tomorrow, and I think we're gonna have a good night here, just kind of enjoying being back in our van because it has been over a month. So yeah, on that note, we're just gonna hang out and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Oh, too bright.
Good morning from Punderson State Park in Ohio. I think we are near the town of Newbury. At least that's what the sign on the plaza where we got pizza last night said.
Which was really good, by the way. It was a little chilly last night, but I was nice and warm in this cocoon of a sleeping bag. We have like kind of like a double layer sleeping bag as well as our heated blanket. Now, for whatever reason, we couldn't get the shore power to work from the electricity box. So I don't know if there's like a switch you had to flip or whatever, so we had to like plug it into our jackery. Other than that, the night went relatively smooth. We were nice and toasty. Mike was complaining once again that he was too warm, but I like it warm.
I think the weather stayed pretty consistently around 16 degrees. But yeah, I was comfortable in a t-shirt and sweatpants, and Heather had a sweatshirt and sweatpants on, and it definitely was cold though. If you came out of the sleeping bag and like put an arm out or something into the cold air of the van, you definitely felt that 16 degrees. It definitely was very cold last night. I think that's the coldest, well, it is the coldest that we've stayed in the van.
We didn't have to break out like our heater or anything like that. This was more than enough for that. Fingers crossed we'll never have to break out our heater and that it's just there for emergency purposes, because this did work so well, but we do have it with us just in case.
So we've got to get this out of bed mode, we've got to get up and get dressed and get moving, and we've got some fun stuff to do today.
There's no method. It's just cram as hard as you can. I'm wearing your shoes, Mike, so I'm probably gonna fall or something. So our campsite actually backs right up to the lake. It's frozen right now, but it's still very, very pretty and makes me want to come back here during the summer to, one, enjoy the warmer temperatures, although today isn't too bad, and to see what this would look like. It looks like the parking spot for our spot here actually goes back a little bit further. You can see that cement barrier, but because of all the snow they had to push back, but still plenty of room for our little van. Just past our friends in the other campsite is the bathhouse. The bathrooms aren't anything fantastic, but they're nothing bad. You have sinks and showers and toilets. The best thing about them though is that they're heated, both the showers and the bathhouse itself, so you're not freezing while you're going to the bathroom or taking a shower.
We got the Reflectix pulled down. People have asked before about condensation on the windows when we sleep overnight. We tend to get that whether it's really cold or really warm. Either way, behind the Reflectix there's usually some moisture and stuff like that. Today it actually was cold enough to freeze. We, for the most part, bring just like a spare pack towel and we'll just kind of wipe it down, and between that and the car heating up is usually enough to get rid of it.
While I'm out here, I'm also gonna see if the electricity box for the shore power hookup needs a switch or something to be able to turn on, so that way we don't keep draining our jackery. Hopefully that'll do it.
All right, so we are now into our, I think, 17th state, which is Ohio. We have a couple of outdoor activities that we're gonna do today, and then we're probably gonna do some stuff in Cleveland tomorrow. So we have some exciting stuff to do. Staying in the campsite last night was actually really kind of fun and a different type of challenge with how cold it got, but we're gonna hit the road now and get this day started.
Okay, so we'll see you in the next one.